trend we have seen is that it's the technology companies that seem to signal a recovery first, and then the rest of the economy follows. Well, Peter's going to tell us if they're seeing the same trends here in South Africa. Peter, welcome. And let's begin first of all by looking at the numbers that, not so much looking as perhaps taking them as a reference point, the numbers that we saw at the half-year stage, where you saw declining profit margins as the recession was setting in. Has it gotten worse since then?
Godfrey, yes, in certain sectors it has gotten worse. Our market is specifically attributable to a number of targeted segments. We focus on the telecommunications segment, the government segment, as well as the enterprise corporate market, the latter of which had tough conditions, lots of competition, and as a result of that, we're not spared the economic malaise, yes. But the other segments, there is strong demand, albeit increased competition.
But at the same time, you're sitting in a very good space because you made acquisitions last year, a number of small companies that you added on. Crystal Pine, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Investments 9, and it's Pele Technical Solutions, as well as Minele Consulting. Were those acquisitions, with the benefit of hindsight, made at the right time, or are they now a drag on your business as you try to get orders at a very difficult time?
Godfrey, no, they weren't a drag on us at all. We are very happy with the acquisitions we made. They were not made for market share or other purposes. Our business is a fairly young business, and we're still improving our reach in terms of the market as well as our offering. In the case of Crystal Pine, it offered us a significant opportunity to engage more specifically with the telecommunication industry. That's an industry that we think is very important in providing what we do, which are digital infrastructure services, or if you like, information and communication technology services. So those that particular business places us very well. And it improved our own product and solutions development capability.
Now, with the economy taking a turn for the worse, is there still scope, do you think, for more acquisitions in this environment?
Godfrey, yes, there is more scope for more acquisitions. I think that our business specifically has targeted both organic and acquisitive growth, albeit that one has to be very careful to preserve your working capital in tough times, and essentially our businesses are very sensitive to the working capital cycles or the cash cycles.
Two more issues I want to raise with you. First of all, let's talk about the performance of your share price. I just did some numbers yesterday. I'm hoping they're accurate. 53% down on the year. Now that's compared to a 19% increase in the all share for the year as well. Given that you really are not, you are profitable, isn't that a harsh judgment by the market?
It probably is a harsh judgment by the market. I think it's always a difficult thing to comment about the share price.
Sure.
People like myself are very focused on making sure the foundations for our investors remain good and improving. But we attribute the reason for the fall partly as a result of the fact that there are few buyers of equities in small cap and these kinds of stocks right now. And if there's selling pressure, then the price will decline. We have, when we listed the business in August 2007, or as a part of a reverse listing at the time, we did, at that time already, there was little institutional appetite for these kinds of investments. We expect that to come right at some point.
So, that aside, I'll just take that to mean, management clearly is saying, there's an undervalued stock. One more question. ABSA, as a result of the single stocks futures debacle, ended up holding 10% of your shares. Are you happy to have them as shareholders? Are they holding on for the long term?
ABSA, to my knowledge, have not sold any shares. In our discussions with them, we discussed the opportunity to have them as a shareholder. We would be delighted if they would. I'm not certain what their portfolio strategy or their investment strategy is.
I can tell you all the other stakes that they held in the other companies that they took over at the same time, they've held on to them. Yesterday we talked about a story in Pinnacle Property where they actually may end up holding as much as 35% of that stock because there's a rights issue. So perhaps I'm insinuating here. You could be looking at a rights issue and maybe ABSA will take it up. Just an indication.
No.
But Peter, I put you in a very difficult spot.
Godfrey, we're not going to have a rights issue now. Our business has all the means that we need to grow. Right now, we're a very conservative business as far as the financial side is concerned. And as you said, we believe that the share price is well priced right now.